It's been a while. It's been a while. Maybe more than a year, actually. And I'm aware that there's only 50 subscribers on this channel. But this video is essentially a new beginning. It's about restarting after experiencing the end of something, I guess. I really want this to be a positive video, but I am going to talk about some stuff that's maybe a little dark. This is a long story. This is massive for me, but I'm going to try and condense this down into a very short form. And I will come back and talk about this in future podcasts and reference things if they're relevant to the subject that I'm talking about. I think that's the way I'm going to kind of break this down into manageable bits of information. But last year, I moved my studio from the industrial estate outside of town in North Cornwall into town, and it was an amazing opportunity. I was going to sell the brand, this one, from the shop, which I did, and I was printing from the back of the shop and everything was happening at the front. I didn't really account for the fact that I'd been working most evenings because I couldn't print whilst the shop was open. It wasn't feasible, wasn't possible. Things were going fine. I was feeling like I was experiencing some form of extreme burnout, which progressed and ultimately left me with a diagnosis of CPTSD and persistent depressive disorder, which was a bit of a shock. As things progressed in the shop, I found myself locking the door and hiding behind the counter when customers were trying it. And that's not good for business. It was a very scary period of my life. I'd never experienced that before. Ultimately, I had to make a decision to either pack it all in or move the studio to somewhere that was more agreeable, which was gutting because, as I said, it was going well. I wasn't going well. I moved the studio into my coffee shop, which people thought I was absolutely nuts for doing because we lost some covers. And it's just a weird thing to do. Like, to have a print studio and a coffee shop together. It's a bit of a strange thing. But we did it and we made it work. About 2 months in, after that, I received an email from a big company who had a problem with one of the words in my brand name. I didn't have the financial means to, defend myself. And I definitely didn't have the mental or spiritual capacity to take it on either. I closed down as a person. And the PTSD symptoms and the depression got worse. And it's a funny thing, I weren't even allowed SSRIs due to the nature of the condition. And I found myself white-knuckling it. A long story and a load of therapy later. I've been working on a new brand over the last few months, and the brand is called 7 Hope Studio. And that's what the change is on this channel. Because my intentions are to keep this channel going and to start feeding this channel with some positive things. Some things that I think I would have felt helpful when I was in my darkest places. And the brand, as always, I'll be designing and printing everything. 7 Hope Studio is more than a brand for me. It's about reclaiming ground. It's about celebrating strength and perseverance. And also, not just celebrating those things, but understanding that it isn't always easy. Everywhere I was looking in my lowest points online, when I was looking for help or kind of someone to relate to, people seemed so sure of themselves and the way forward. And I just couldn't relate to that. I couldn't relate to it. I'm just going to speak from here on this channel, and I'm just going to be myself. And it isn't about subscribers, it isn't about being famous, it's about doing what I feel is the right thing to do now. Thank you for listening to all that. It's quite a lot of information. It is hard to talk about, but that's probably why we should talk about these things. Anyway, I'm about to print the first ever 7 Hope Studio t-shirt. A little bit excited in here. Let's get to it.
Yeah. Hey, new beginnings on the cusp. Not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good karma is a must. Still my shooter in the cut. I was stuck inside a rut. Played the game, made bank, move G. Anything to get a buck. You won't find me in the club. I'm in the lab trying to sharpen up the sword. Swinging blades at these scrubs. Bitches flock like bugs to the light. Getting right. Treat my hoes like these raps. I don't really got a type. Off top bullshit.
First
All
one.
I needed was a mic. Yeah.
This is it.
Pass the rock, it's
beginning.
all butter. Pack your bags and take flight. Don't worry, it's all covered. Hey, live your life while you can. Our days are all numbered. Rain could cause thunder, but the sun comes after, clearing up the disaster.
Isn't it lovely? I ain't looking back, I'm focused on what's in front of me. Everybody days a number, but I'm
It's seriously hot in here right now. Running this oven in this heat, not ideal. But they are finished, they are done. They're right here. They'll be available on the website next week and in House of Chaplain if you happen to be local to North Cornwall.